Then he made the mistake of asking me to check his chemistry answers. I saw a chance to keep him from having that date with Virginia. His answers were right, but I fixed that. I gave him a set of wrong ones. He memorized them very carefully for the verbal quiz scheduled for the next day.
So you're a big fat jerk.
Hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid, and nitric acid are all catalytic agents.
Very good, Mr. Scott.
But I didn't ask.
Mr. Moffat.
Sit on my toffin.
Sulfuric acid, when combined with H4N7, will form a solution of hydrochloric acid.
Mr. Moffat, I have never spanked a senior before, till now.
You'd better remain after class, Mr. Moffat. You seem to have everything wrong today. Class dismissed.
They'll never suspect me.
Hal realized that I had crossed him up. He was accustomed to being a winner, never a loser. He was plenty angry because I'd outsmarted him, and he showed it.
I'm going to grow an ugly face and kill you.
Professor Cushman put Hal to work on a difficult experiment that would keep him busy the rest of the afternoon. And just to needle him, I walked Virginia past the laboratory window.
Oh, you're a good friend.
The look he gave us told me I'd better get away from there quick. You could never tell what he'd do when his temper flared.
Come on, let's go throw cigarette butts at the monkeys.
Huzzah!
Out, vile jelly.
Am I okay? Yeah, I think I am.
This time it brought tragedy.
Do you want the lab
We
notes?
visited him in the hospital and tried to talk to him, but he wouldn't answer. He just lay there, staring up at us. The doctors told us that the chemicals might affect certain glands and nerves, and if they did, his features would never be normal again.
And you haven't seen him since then?
No, he left the hospital after several weeks and just dropped out of sight.
Did the doctors tell you anything else about him? I mean about his mental state.
Oh, yes.
He was mental.
One of them did say that Hal was pretty bitter when he left.
Yeah.
I wonder
A
why.
thing like that could very easily have affected his mind. And if he is the creeper, I guess that's what happened.
You mean he may have killed Professor Cushman just because he kept him after class that day?
Possibly.
I'm not telling.
A mental quirk can develop into an extreme case of paranoia.
So quit looking at me.
You say he was in love with you.
Well, I don't know. I never took Hal very seriously because Clifford and I were in love with each other.
It's over now.
I see. Well, thank you very much for the information you've given.
It was long-winded and pointless, but thank you.
Say, do you have a statue I could borrow?
Oh, I'm going to have your place watched day and night for a while, Mr. Scott.
You mean he might come here?
Well, you never can tell what a man will do when his mind's affected. Better to be on the safe side. He might hold you responsible for what happened. After all, you gave him the wrong answers.
Yes, I did.
Well, now, don't let it upset you. We won't let anything happen. And you will explain to Mrs. Scott about my men covering the place? She might think they're prowlers.
Surely.
Good night.
Good night.
Is there anything I could have done differently?
Often walk down street before, feet stay, need pavement before, house, street, where live.
I thought I'd look up and it'd remind me of something, but no. Yes, I'll join band.
Evening, creeper.
Hi, person.
River wide and... Oh. The Joan Rivers collection.
Man, how do those things get off the ground?
Heavily encrusted.
I'm going to get a big facial. Now, how do you... What is this? What... Oh, it's a door.
Be right with you.
Gotta lay some cable.
Have a bra fitter on tonight?
See something you like, mister?
Yeah, but it's not on menu.
I'm looking for a ring to make my hand look dainty.
That's a very fine piece, my friend. And very reasonable. You can have it for...
35 uglies. I mean, dollars.
What's the matter?
nothing. I was just going to say that you can buy it for practically nothing.
How much?
Well, to you, $12.50.
I'll take it. I'll pay you for it tomorrow.
Oh, sorry, I don't do business that way.
You don't trust me?
No, in my business, it's too expensive.
Is he Dvorak?
Put it back, or I'll call the police.
Okay, tomorrow's fine. Evening, Creeper.
Hey, fella.
the world sure was dingy back then. Just like Toots Thielman. Thank you. Rondo Hatton in Barefoot in the Park.
I wonder what the odds are that I live here.
There.
It's me.
Mr. Creeper.
Oh, I'm glad.
No, I take that back.
Come in.
Oh, boy, what a day I've had. I gotta say, I'm all creeped out.
I was worried about you. I mean, those men who were after you.
Thanks for helping me. I brought you something.
Oh, thank you. What is it?
Why don't you look at it?
You see, I'm blind.
Lemon Jefferson.
Blind?
You lead me on.
I thought you might have guessed it last night. What did you bring me?
Here.
It's a Viewmaster.
Did you keep the receipt?
Oh, it's beautiful. I can tell. Please, let's sit down.
Whoa, does he strain krill through his mouth?
Big Baleen.
Whoa.
So, do we make out now, or...?
Why were those men chasing you?
They thought I'd done something, but it wasn't my fault.
Oh, I'm sure it wasn't.
Creeper, may I call you Creep?
I don't know if I should accept this from you. You haven't even told me your name.
It's Hal.
Well, mine's Helen.
We're engaged now, right?
Last night you seemed surprised because I wasn't afraid of you. What's wrong, Hal? Should I be afraid?
Might be a good idea.
Everyone else is.
Well, now I am.
I can't tell you.
It's a surprise.
Do you want to be friends with me?
Gee, I don't know I have so many. Well, okay.
Sure. You're nice to me.
And no one else is. Is that it?
The coy Rondo Hatton.
I think I understand.
You're a hideous murderer.
When you've been blind as long as I have, you learn to see through your senses.
I sense through my sweat glands.
I can't explain it exactly, but you get a feeling about people when you meet them. You see a picture of them in your mind.
Picturing a grouper.
Not just what they look like, but what they really are.
And what size hat they wear.
You see them much more clearly than you do with your eyes.
No, you don't.
Maybe that's why they say looks are deceptive.
No, they're not.
Do you know what I mean?
You're smothering me.
Yes, I know.
I'd like to help you if you'd let me.
You can.
How?
Just let me come to see you.
Of course I want you to. I'm alone most of the time, except when I give piano lessons.
Or when I'm at umpire school.
I have such a good idea of you now. But if I could touch your face, then...
No, don't do that.
Why not?
I don't want you to.
I'm breaking out, okay?
Hal.
You're wearing Dracar Noir, aren't you?
Hal.
Open the pod bay door, Hal.
Miss Helen Creeper.
Refuse to use articles.
Well, police wrong.
Or your money back. The haunting creeper theme.
Come on, I didn't mean to break it. I thought it was in park.
Well, good morning, Commissioner. Good morning, Mr. Parkington. I thought you'd be dropping by about this time.
So, you're sitting here playing gin rummy with another creeper murder on the front page of the newspapers.
I think better when I'm enjoying my hobby. I'm a pigeon fancier.
What is this
you
scene
listen
for?
to me, Donnelly. We told you.
I know. You told me already that you wanted the creeper arrested within 24 hours. Well, gentlemen, he's still at large. Now, I suppose the mayor and yourself have decided to take over personally. No doubt you'll have the killer in custody in 10 minutes flat. I'll just let the newspapers know that it's in your lap.
Just a minute, Captain. Let's not be hasty about this.
You don't mean that His Honor the Mayor wouldn't relish the job, that you wouldn't like to take over?
That's beside the point. The entire city is up in arms, and the creeper goes on killing people. Now, I'm a reasonable man, Donnelly.
I'm glad to hear it, Commissioner.
It's Uncle Charlie.
Now that the pressure's off, I can let you know that we have the first definite clues to the identity of the creeper.
Who is it? Yes, who is it?
I said clue, gentlemen. When I'm certain, I'll give you the lowdown, and I believe it'll be soon. That's all I can tell you at the moment. Now, if you will excuse me, I have Gates on a triple blitz.
I'm beginning to lose my trust in government.
It's nice to know that Noel Coward's in charge of the police force.
Why didn't you let him know about the newspaper clippings?
What? I'll have those publicity hounds filling the front pages with a lot of stuff that would scare the creeper right out of town?